Good morning. Good morning. So, today we're talking about building personal and building business credit. That's the way we get to scale everything in our life. That's how we're able to build wealth for ourselves and also for our family, right? That is the way. That is the way we are able to leverage in everything. Because I want you guys to start pay attention on the things that we have around us now. Are we living paycheck to paycheck? Are we being aware that we're only working just to pay bills? The intention for this platform, this intention for this channel is build a wealth for my children's children. It's in the Bible. It says, wise men leave an inheritance for their children's children. Okay? Excuse me. So, good day. Today is another beautiful day. I am so happy and grateful that I'm here with you guys today. My name is Abigail, a co-founder for Global Resource Connection. And we're going to go dive in a little deep on building personal and building business credit. Good morning, Marsha. Yes, I can see comments. We can see comments. Please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Our goal is to add value to this community. On this platform, we're all about understanding credit, building credit, right? We all about on this platform is building generational wealth. We are building generational wealth. So where does it start? I mean, how do we build generational wealth? We hear that term so it's saying so loosely out there, building generational wealth. Excuse me. Where does it come from? Not even where does it come from, but how do we start building generational wealth? These are the questions that we get to ask ourselves while we're on the journey. How do we build generational wealth? What is the process? What is the steps in order to do that? So again, please like, please share, because on this platform we're having real talk on building personal and business credit. Okay? So can we talk? So all right then. So we're going to start with the personal credit. I am, and I'm gonna, you guys gonna, I'm gonna always share that I am from a different culture, because it's very, I want my audience to understand it doesn't matter where you are from. Once you are in this, once you're in America, the land of opportunity, there's something that you get to understand when you are here. People that is coming in from a different culture, people who are here right now, what it is to build generational wealth. It starts with the mind, understanding that there's a process. Remember, it's a process. It's not, getting up and I mean, if you were born with wealth, I'm so grateful, so happy for you. But for the one who are understanding generational wealth, the one that's understanding generational wealth. Like, listen, we're going to dive deep today, specifically on building personal and business credit. So, what is credit? So, credit is worthiness. So, when you go to any institution or any bank, or even your job right now, insurance, phone companies, basically everything that you do right now is based off your credit score. And if your credit score is on a low number, then they are going to the interest rate is going to be higher. But when you have a good credit score, the interest rate is lower. When you have a fantastic uh, score, credit score, you're in a good place. Credit. That's what everybody looks at in order to see if you are worthy or not. So step one, always and always know your credit score. If you don't know your credit score, what's the point of going to any facility and trying to get some stuff? And when you walk out, you're like, oh my God, the interest rate is so high. If the interest rate is going to be high, if your credit score is low. So can we do this today? I will leave a link in the description for Smart Credit, where you're able to it is a fee to join. I'm sorry, not to sign up, that you can see your credit score. You can see your credit score on Experience, TransUnion, and Equifax. So these are the three credit bureau that this is for personal. I'm talking about right now. These are the three credit bureau that you are the facility use in order to determine your credit score. So I will leave a description in the box upon what time you guys are watching this video. So you can click the link and you can sign up to this credit monitoring system, and you can see your credit score in real life. And then from there, and one thing I love about Smart Credit, there is a part under where it says credit builder. You can actually see what you need to do, who you need to pay if you owe anybody, how to pay it down. They give you a time when you should pay it down to get your credit score up high. Let's pause for a minute on right here. So there's a few phases in credit. There is somebody who never established credit. Is just like a baby. You have never done anything. So when you have not established credit, it's a bad thing in a sense, because there's nothing. You don't have no history. You don't have any credit worthiness. So when you have not established credit as yet, then that your credit score will be low. So if you go to any place that everywhere check credit, and they're like, you don't have credit, that's considered bad, because you have no history, you have no payment reflecting on your credit report. There's someone who had credit, right? And their utilization is it's max. So I'm going to dive a little bit deeper in what credit is. So somebody who have credit and the credit is messed up, and somebody who have not established credit, right? So therefore they get to bill credit. So we're working with two type of person. And the third one, I mean, if you're billing, if your credit score is above 680, there's so many things you can get right now, and people are not aware of where they are now. So I highly recommend you get your credit. Start looking at where your credit at. There is an app. It's Credit Karma. Credit Karma is okay for just to glance at your credit score, but it's not a it doesn't show all three credit bureaus. So always keep that in mind. Credit Karma is good to glance and see what your credit score is at, but the credit monitoring system that shows all three credit bureau across the board. There's a few of them. There's My FICO, there is Identity IQ, and the one that I share is Smart Credit. And there's a few other credit monitoring company out there that you can sign up, but the one that I'm affiliate with right now is Smart Credit. Okay, so let's dive a little. Let's move on to another topic. So one, pull your credit score to know where you are. Do not be afraid on looking at your credit. If you're about building generational wealth, if you're about having your interest rate low, you have to know where you are. You can't expect somebody else to know your credit score, right? And when they know and you don't know, you're gonna be upset. You can't be upset about that. That's unfair on your part, where you're telling somebody pull your credit and you're saying, well, I thought it was higher. No, if you were looking at it, I highly recommend everyone look at their credit at least once a week, once a month, just to see where you are. If you're about generational wealth, if you're all about elevating in your life and scaling with your business credit. So when I'm going to talk about business credit later on in this video. So definitely look at your credit, see where you are. If you have not established credit, it's time for you to start established credit. If you had credit and you mess it up, it's just time for you to look at it so you can see what you need to do in order to start establishing credit. Okay. So people who have credit, one of the things that is not allowing your credit score to go even higher is because of your utilization. So there is five things that the credit bureau look at. No, there's five things that make up your credit score. 35% is your credit history, your payment history. So are you paying on time? Are you paying back your bill? 30% is your utilization. So utilization is, if you have an example, if you have $100 credit line and you are using 90%, $90 out of that $100, your utilization is 90%. You're supposed to use $20 or $25 because in order to build generational wealth, you have to be very strategic in what you're doing. So if you have 2 or 3 cards, let's use 20% and pay back. And that's why the reason why I want to talk about business, because that's a different thing, different world when you have a business. So for now, we're talking about personal. So I said your history, which is 35, your utilization, which is 30, um, how many cards do you have, right? The time that you are, so let's just do with two right now. Your utilize, so 65% of your credit, what determine your credit score is your history and your utilization. So let's talk about those two, and I will definitely do another video on, or I will share a picture on what the credit bureau, what the credit bureau is looking at when they're looking at your credit score. Okay, so make sure that you're paying your bill on time, right? Make sure you're not late on your bill, and also your utilization. Make sure that is always under 30%. 20% even good, 10% is golden. Okay? So let's leave it at that for now. So, personal credit. If you have not established personal credit yet, one of the things I can suggest you guys do is ask a friend or family member that have credit history, right? And that's considered a joint on somebody else. When you are authorized user on somebody else's credit, you are not liable for it. And I highly recommend when you're asking anybody to be an authorized user on their card, you don't have access to it. What it's doing is just allowing the credit bureau to see that you have history on your credit report. Okay, so they if they have and somebody have to have at least up to 2 years of credit history, and whatever card that they're putting you on, make sure it's under 30%. So have these conversations with your friends and family when you're asking them to add you on to their credit. Make sure it's a good credit card that they're adding you onto, line of credit. Make sure that they have history, because what's the point of somebody adding you on? Well, I mean, nothing is wrong, because if you're building credit, that's fine. But if you're about to get something like a car or a house or some asset, it's good to speak with a friend or family that have a utilization below 30, right? And also have history. I don't recommend you pay for um, authorized user. Why? With friend and family, they will allow you to be on their credit, an authorized user, longer. Which, when you pay for a trade line, you only pay for it at a certain time. You pay for it maybe a month or 2 months, 3 months. And once they take you off of that, guess what happened? Your credit score is going to go down. So that's why I'm suggesting that you ask a friend or family that is responsible to add you on to their credit line so you can build personal credit. Okay, so that's one. There's a few tips that I want to share with you guys as you're building personal credit at the moment. So one, let's recap on personals, because I want to dive into business credit. So make sure that you're looking at your credit. Look and see where you are. Because if you're up to elevate in your life and building generational wealth, you need to know where you are with your credit. Look at it. And if you mess up, it's okay. Guess what? You can always repair your credit. It's always repairable. So don't be afraid, okay? Always take responsibility of what you have done. The company did not do anything to you. You have created the situation. So look at it and deal with it however you need to deal with it. Okay. And 9 out of 10 times, it's something that is so easy. Within 3 to 6 months, it can be removed from your credit and you can start establishing credit. So look at your credit. If there's something on your credit, deal with it. Not deal with it, but rectify it. If you have not established credit, it's time for you to start building credit. Ask a friend or family member to add you on to their credit history so you can start obtaining credit history. I will leave in the description my smart credit link so it's a credit monitoring, so you can start monitoring your credit. Okay. So in a nutshell, it's just time to do it. And I did state it really take 30, let's say 60 to 90 days to have a good credit score. What is a good credit score? 680 is a really good number, right? And above that is good. And let's pause for a minute. When you're buying a home to get an FHA loan, I think, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure that you can have a credit score of a 640 to be qualified for FHA loan. But remember, the higher your credit score is, the lower your interest rate is. So why aim low when, if you aim high, your interest rate will be lower? That should be the intention when you're going for anything. Okay, If I want my interest rate to be lower, if there's certain things that I need to do to build my credit score up higher, right? So my interest rate can. So remember, we're gonna have real talk about personal and business credit. I'm gonna, you guys gonna hear me say throughout my videos, I am from a different culture. When I came here, I knew nothing about credit. I wasn't taught credit. It was someone out of my own culture told me about credit and what I should do, how I should do it. Let me tell you the exact word he said. He said, Abigail, the only thing that's different between me and you is our credit score. The only thing that's different between me and you is our credit score. That blew me away when that gentleman said that to me, because at the time I was renting from him. And in the complex that I was living in, he had about 4 or 5 houses at that time, and a restaurant at that time. And I'm just a person of curiosity. I'm curious. And I asked him the question. I'm like, because my thought is to own my own home. And I asked the question, like, how did you obtain this property that I was renting from him at the time? And he said, the only thing that's different between me and you is our credit. So I am so passionate about credit, understanding credit. Okay, so we touch on personal credit. I'm going to dive into business credit now, because when I understood business credit, that blew me away. The possibility, leverage. There is no cap when you enter in business world where credit is concerned. So, okay, so if you have any question about personal, on my team, we have people that's able to assist you. I will leave in the description my calendar. So if you want to book a one-on-one in understanding how to, look at your credit, if there's certain thing that you would like to dive a little bit deep on, definitely there will be. Uh, um, I'll leave the information in the description. So let's dive into business credit. Okay. With personal credit, it's from 300 to 750. I'm sorry, 300 to 850 in personal. In business credit, it's from 1 to 100. And the three credit bureau that look at business credit is Dun& Bradstreet, Equifax Business, and Experience Business. And there's a few more out there, but for the three major for business, those are the three. And the monitoring, the business credit monitoring system that look at business credit is Dun& Bradstreet and also NAV. And I will definitely leave that link so you can, once you're ready with your business, you're able to have that as well. So, with business credit is not the same as personal. With personal, when you use your personal and you buy stuff, you obtain stuff, your credit score tank, it goes down. You have to bring your utilization, you have to pay your bill, bring the utilization down. Where business is concerned, the more that you use, the more that they want to give you, because it's a business, right? So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, that when you have a business and you're building business credit, right? They want you to have more. So to build business credit, there's different stages. Stage one is getting vendors account, net 30 account, or tier one. So anything that you're doing in your personal, you can actually transfer that and you can do it in your business. So if you have a business and you're using your personal account, let's be strategic on building business credit. So for example, if your business, if you have a hair company, you can, there's vendors out there that you can do net 30 or net 60. And what does that mean? You have up to 30 days to 60 days, sometime 90 days to pay back the vendors, right? If you have an office, if you, if your business is, if your business is a business that do, you have paperwork, and if you're doing advertising, if you're doing cleaning, if you have a cleaning company, you actually can have a net 30 or vendor company that will give you up to 30 days. And what all those company does, they um, they are able to not to register, they're able to uh, they're able to report to all these business bureau on how you can build business credit. Okay, so recap, because I think I didn't say it clearly. So building business credit, there's things that you can do right now that you're doing in your personal. So instead of you using your personal money and it's doing nothing for you, it's actually is helping your personal credit score to go down because you constantly have to buy stuff. With your business credit, the more you buy, the better it is for you, because it's showing that your business is operating. It show that you're, you're doing things. So you're switching from your personal now, and you bring everything in your business, and from that place you're able to get net 30, and is able to reflect. So in business, from 1 to 100, that is what your business credit score look like. But when you're at a 80 paydex score, that is an amazing place to be. You can build it, you can build business credit in 30 days if you're being strategic. I highly recommend you get 5 to 10 trade line, business trade line. And what does that look like? You can get 5 vendors account, right? To help you build your business credit. There is fleet cards. What is fleet cards? Fleet cards are gas cards. So instead of you buying your gas with your personal, you're getting a fleet card in your business name, and you're able to scale that and establish business credit. So everything on this platform right here is all about leverage. We're leveraging and building generational wealth, because in order for us to get to the big buck, we have to crawl. And what does that look like? That look like starting somewhere. I did a video yesterday, and on that video, it's all about starting now. Because if we wait until the right time, do you believe there is no right time but right now? So that's why I say in the first part of this video is look at your personal credit score now. See where you are now. Work dispute, or if not, that's a whole different topic in itself. Disputing and validating your credit to see how we can get it, how you can get it rectified, so you can get your credit score up. In order to build business credit, you have to start somewhere. And let's pause for a minute right here. When you are doing, just like when you are going to go get any car or buying a home, and if your credit score is not good, they always ask to get a authorized user or get a co-signer. When your business is not established yet and you want to, rev the engine a little bit faster in starting to build in business credit. So if you go to, I'm in business right now. So if you have a business account and you're trying to obtain a credit card, or you're trying to buy something in your business name, if your business is not established yet, what's going to happen? They're going to ask you to piggyback on your personal. So if your personal is not up to part, if your personal need fixing, rectified, bill, then you're not going to get anything in your business. So that's why I start off on this video on personal, because personal is very important. When you have a good standard with your personal and you transition into your business, you don't need to use your personal anymore. But it's good to have a good rapport. It's always good to have your profile, your personal profile should look good. Your personal should always look good. It's basically a foundation. Your person is your foundation. Um, Let me know who is watching me on the live. Uh, leave leave a comment. Good morning. Where you from? Your name. I'm gonna have a drink. But yes, I hopefully this information was very good. Leave a share this video. Leave a like and subscribe to Elevating. This platform is all about elevating and building generational wealth. And where does that start? Is having the right mindset to know it's possible. It's understanding that whatever you are doing and you're not getting the result that you are hoping for, right? If you're not getting that result that you're hoping for, it's a matter of just sitting back and think. It is assess and evaluate. Assess and evaluate on what is it that you need to do. How do you need to do it? If you don't know, it's always good. It's a good tip. It's a good habit to be curious, to ask questions. It's a good thing to want to know how somebody else, not envy somebody or say that person. No, you don't know what it took for them to, the sacrifice that they took in order to obtain whatever they have. So if you want it, if you want all the things that you see other people have, you have to do the things what it takes to have it. Looking at your credit, building your credit, whatever is on there, fix your credit in order to transition in to the business. Because like I mentioned, in the business, when you have a business, there is no limit. There's a limit on personal. So why stay in personal? There's no need to stay in personal. And because because we're not having a conversation on a day to day on what's possible, right? We don't elevate. We don't have the generational wealth because of the conversation that we're not having. So I hope, and I say, if you have any question, leave a comment in the description box. On our team, we're able to help you, um, guide you in whatever it is in your personal or your business to get you going so you can start having the mindset of leaving and inheriting, leave a legacy for your kids and your grandkids. Your kids, right? That's what it's all about. Is knowing that you are able to, you know, and let me say, when you have a business, there's so many benefits. There's so many benefits in having a business. So let's commit to ourselves, to our kids, or future kids, to start looking at our personal, and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to see, to understand, to work on what it is necessary right now. Let's say it right now. All the things that we need to do right now to get us to the next level in our life. So that's part of the secret of what successful people do. They get their affairs in order. They get their affairs in order. They get the thing that's necessary, the things that they need to do right now for them to get the things that they have later. Get your credit score in order. I will leave a link in the description for Smart Credit. Look at your credit score, see where you are. On on our website, we have a free checkoff list. It is free to you. I will leave the link in the description. You can click on it and you can download that free copy, that free checkoff list, where you can literally step by step what you need to do, what you have accomplished, because everything is a map. Everything should be a map. If you want to get to if you have a destination that you want to get to, isn't it don't we set in our GPS, if we have not been somewhere before, do we go on our GPS and we put in the address, and from the GPS it tells us, okay, turn here, turn left, turn right, go down the street, the exit is whatever exit, right? It's the same thing. It's the same thing with, leveraging, is knowing where you are, having a map, know where you are, tick off, okay, I've been there, I've done that. What's next in order to get to the destination? Don't forget to like and share, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care and have an amazing day on purpose.